Hi, this is Mr. Davis, and I have open in front of me the Gravit Designer app that you have a link to on Google Classroom. I'm going to make this video just to show you some of the basics. I strongly recommend that you try watching this video on a phone or a tablet while you have Gravit open on your Chromebook. So first of all, you're going to get this welcome screen, and it's going to allow you to either open something from the Gravit cloud if you've made a drawing and you saved it there. You can open a drawing you already made from your computer, and it also has open recent. Down here it allows you to pick from different preset sizes, or you can come up here and just type in the size you want. I'm going to type in 800 by 600, just it's a random number. And you can see here you can choose between pixels, inches, and points. So you definitely normally will be on either pixels or inches. So here we see we open it up. Now this white rectangle is called the canvas. This is just like in an art class. If you were doing a painting on a canvas, this is your Gravit canvas. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you, first of all, over here, the inspector panel. This right here allows me to change the color of the canvas. It allows me to change the size if I want to change it. Say I opened 800 by 600 and say, I really want 900 by 600. You just type it in, and you can see it widened my canvas. You can make your canvas transparent by just taking this color picker and clicking here. So you have a lot of nice options. Up top, we have all the pull-down menus that an app or a program normally would have. We have save to local file that will put the drawing in your Google Drive. Save to the cloud is what I recommend my students to do. You can see some of my drawings here, and what we would be doing is saving them to the to the Gravit cloud, so we don't get them mixed in with all our other documents for school. Underneath, we have three options. We have the layers panel, and this comes in handy. I'm going to draw a quick rectangle, then the circle or ellipse. And you can see that because I drew the ellipse second, it is actually in front of the rectangle. Let's just change the color quickly. And you can see in here that I can actually drag things to the back and front, reversing the order. Whatever you draw first will be in the back. Whatever you draw second will be in the front. Okay. We have a set of libraries. You have some pre-made shapes. Have some illustrations. Some different icons that you can use. Sometimes it takes a little while for things to load. You see we have stickers. I'm not going to wait forever for the icons to load. And also you have what's called the symbol option. If I draw something that I want to use over and over again, I can save it as a symbol. And if it's something complicated, you can just drag it down onto the canvas as many times as you want. When you select an object, okay, it changes what is showing in the inspector panel. It is actually what's called context sensitive. So you can see here I have a green ellipse, and it shows me the fill. Over here we use this quite a bit. We can add a border to our objects, change the size. Now if I want to go from the ellipse over to the rectangle, I just click here, and you can see that this is selected, which will allow me to change the color, add a border if I wanted to. Let's add a little thicker border like that. And you can see now that you can draw all sorts of different shapes. When I ask my students to draw, I usually like them to come up here. You can see we have all these drop downs up here. So right here you can choose between a line, a rectangle, an ellipse, polygon, a triangle, and a star. And there's some really cool effects. First of all, if I just click and drag, I get a rectangle. But if I go back and I click and I hold the shift key down, we have a square. If I come back to the ellipse tool and I hold down the shift key, we get a perfect circle. Okay, if you want to add text, simply come here to the T, click, and it will allow you to insert text. Okay, let me do that. Mr. Davis is not the greatest typist. Okay, and there are a lot of different options here. You have, flip horizontally, flip vertically, send to front, send to back, and you'll get used to what these tools are for in time. One of the important ones is to know that this right here is the pointer tool. So if you want to select something, you have to make sure you're set on the pointer tool. A lot of students will get mixed up because they'll be on the sub-select tool, which is a different tool. You can see if I take the sub-select tool and I move this corner in, I get a rounded rectangle. Many of these tools are activated through the keyboard. Unless you click on the T tool to type, which is the text tool, the keyboard is basically your control center. For instance, you can see my arrow is white. If I press the V, it changed to the select tool. And if I press the D, we go back to the sub-select tool. You can see the arrow going from black and white. One thing that you have to remember, this is not Google Docs. You first of all need to save. I would save everything to the cloud, as I said, so it doesn't get mixed in with your other documents from school. And if you do want to put this into a slideshow, or you want to put your drawing into a Google Doc, you can't put it in as a Gravit drawing. You need to go to Export and go to PNG or JPEG. And what this does is this will convert your drawing that you can see here, which I probably would not save. It will convert it into an image file, and then you can put it into something for other classes in school. Or in this case, I'm probably going to have you make a digital portfolio on Google Sites. And in order to submit your Gravit drawing into a digital portfolio, you do need to convert it to a JPEG. So don't be confused by any of these things. Open up Gravit and try experimenting with it. And if you make something and you get confused, just close it, get rid of it, open another document up, and try again. And that's how I initially learned how to use this program, by experimentation. So that's an intro to Gravit, and I hope you have some fun using this app, because you can be really creative with it and do some really nice stuff. Thank you.